That was me 6 weeks after having my second baby, the heaviest and most out of shape I'd ever been in my entire life. Depressed and completely overwhelmed with the idea of trying to lose weight with a preschooler and now a newborn, which just felt impossible at the time. Fast forward to today, I am now 11 months postpartum, 50 pounds lighter, and even below my pre-pregnancy weight. So I'm here to tell you, as a completely regular mom, not a fitness guru, how I did it. Now, my first pregnancy, I gained 35 pounds and I went up to about 155. I never went back down to my pre-pregnancy weight because I wasn't just focused at all on weight loss. I was just trying to survive as with a kid. Now, for my second pregnancy, I gained a lot more, about 50 pounds this time around. It was a lot harder of a pregnancy. I talked about that more in depth in my big pregnancy video. You can go watch that right here. I went up to about 180 and then I just stopped measuring myself. Like I stopped going on the scale because I was like, I don't need a scale anymore. You're pregnant, you just feel like you're glowing and like, it's okay. It's okay that you gained weight. But as soon as you're postpartum and you have weight, it doesn't look so glowy anymore. You're just squishy and you're flabby and you don't feel like yourself and your hormones are just crashing. And man, postpartum is just a rough period of time. One of the things that I found that I had to do right away is stay off social media. Like, I had to completely not go on my phone because sure enough, the algorithms would know I was a freshly postpartum mom. Influencers that just had babies, like literally just had babies and were like 3 weeks and they were back to their postpartum pregnancy self. 6 weeks and they're back to their pre-pregnancy self. And I was nowhere near that. That was where I was at. It started bringing me down into spirals of self-loathing and just kind of worsened my postpartum depression that I was experiencing at the time. And the root of my postpartum depression, which lasted many, many months this time around, was my weight and just feeling like I don't know who this person is. I didn't feel comfortable in my body and I hated how I looked and I didn't want any photos or videos of myself at the time. That would be my first advice for you if you are following suit. Just stay off social media for a while. Now, obviously, food and nutrition is such a huge part of weight loss because you can work out all you want, but if you are not eating right, you are not going to lose weight. It is so much easier to eat 500 extra calories than it is to burn 500 calories. You'd have to go for like an hour run to burn 500 calories. Who has time for that postpartum? One of the things I started doing right off the bat is I wanted to reduce the amount of sugar that I was consuming. I ate a lot of sugar during my pregnancy. I was just like craving sugar. No more ice creams, no more candies, no more cookies. Actually, I made cookies. That's a lie. Lactation cookies. I also found that by reducing the amount of processed sugar in my diet, it actually helped even out my blood sugar levels, so I wasn't getting these spikes and crashes, which whenever I would have a blood sugar crash, I would just crave sugar because that's kind of what happens. Leveling it out, I just helped curb a bunch of those kind of cravings that I would get. I basically tried to clean up my diet as much as I can. One of the ways that I started doing that was by meal prepping. I would just batch cook up a healthy meal, put it in containers, freeze them, and those would be my lunches. Whenever I do dinners, always have leftovers. We'd have the same breakfast every morning. I am a boring eater because trying to cook a whole bunch of different meals and a whole bunch of variety was not going to happen. The next thing I did was I focused on protein. I realized that protein served two very important purposes. One, it gave me fuel for muscle growth. Second thing is it actually curbed my hunger. Food noise is such an issue, and I am one to cave to food noise. I really am. I do not have any willpower. Making sure that I incorporated protein in every single meal and actively trying to do that was a huge way that I just felt like more satiated after eating my food. Protein shake every single day. So I became that person. Just find a protein powder that you like, that tastes delicious. Also should know that I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat any animal products. And I made sure I was eating enough. So I wasn't on a starvation diet. I wasn't dieting because I'm breastfeeding. You need at least 1,800 calories a day. That is the minimum for like a standard female body to keep up your milk supply, or else it will tank. Definitely did notice it when I was eating a bit less, but more so if I wasn't drinking enough water, which is another thing. I just drank a ton of water. You get yourself like a big water bottle and just like carry it around. If you're breastfeeding, you're probably already doing that. Let's talk exercising and working out. The first thing I did is set up a little home gym because I didn't go to the gym once at all. I still haven't been to the gym because there's no way that I would be able to find childcare for my 2 kids to make it to the gym. I just wouldn't go. And even if I found a gym that had childcare, I would just probably go a lot less. I started off with 15 to 20 minute workouts at home with just weights and a mat. And that was the key, is keeping my workouts nice and short and manageable. Now, if you have a baby that could just sit in a bouncer and bounce and watch you work out, great. Good for you. Do that. I didn't. None of my kids liked being the bouncer for that long. So the only time that I managed to actually fit in my workouts were when my youngest, my newborn, was sleeping, and then my oldest was at preschool. So he went to preschool 5 days a week, and my newborn would nap like 3 or 4 times a day, at least 33 minutes. So I knew that if I did a 15 to 20 minute workout, plus I would do my 10 minutes of like core compressions, I could get that in. I also had diastasis recti. I still have it, but that it's, for those that don't know, it is ab separation. So my abs were separated after my pregnancy, like that much, like an entire hand's worth. That is how far apart my ab muscles were. And I knew that going into exercise, I had to, 1, be super careful with my core, and 2, I needed to do some like specific deep core work. So I did a couple things. 1, I downloaded a pelvic therapy women's workout app. It's called Every Mother. This is not sponsored. So they have like a whole 3-month program. Now, mind you, it took me 10 months to do their 3-month program, but I wasn't following it 100%. I found that it was really, really, really good for beginner postpartum, and they had a ton of deep core exercises to try and bring together my abs, my diastasis recti, and heal that. Now, as I progressed, and about 4 months postpartum, I started feeling a bit stronger, and I wanted to incorporate some other exercises. So I started doing more just heavier weightlifting. So free weight routine that wasn't really following the app at all. It was just additional weightlifting, which is a fantastic way to lose weight that I have now learned about. I was not a cardio bunny. I didn't just run on a treadmill. I actually did no treadmill at all. I don't even know when the last time I was on a treadmill. And then eventually around 5 or 6 months postpartum, then I started doing walks. So I did a lot of stroller walks. And again, a key point here is I did it on hills. These are not flat walks. These are very, very hilly walks, which is a lot of work. It's very tiring on your butt. And cardio. Once the weather got a bit better, because it was wintertime, we started doing backpack hikes, which is another fantastic exercise. Just 1, gets you out of the house, 2, the baby loves it. Any sort of active activity that I could add into my routine is another fantastic way to lose weight, because you're just doing life things, but also exercising. So running, walking, hiking, get a kid's seat and take your kid on a bike ride. I feel like this is another point, that it's not just about getting in more exercise, changing your lifestyle so that every day you're just moving more, you're picking more things up, you're cleaning, you're doing all these things, the more you're just naturally gonna burn calories. Another just piece of advice for you if you're looking at building a workout routine, the best time to work out postpartum is 6 weeks to 8 months. That is your kind of sweet spot window, because your baby is not mobile yet. So you're cleared to work out, but your baby is not moving. He's not crawling, typically 7, 8 months when they start crawling. They also have generally at least 4+ naps. Once you're in that like 8-month and beyond period, you're down to only about like 2 naps. So that makes it a lot harder to try to fit these workouts in because you only have like 2 windows in the day to do it. And this is where I made a mistake during my first time postpartum, is that I was like, oh, I'll wait and start my workout routine once baby's a bit older. I missed that prime window. All right. I wanted to talk a bit more about some of the struggles.
I just feel like I'm so behind and like weak. It's just, I know these things take time and I know that I'll get better and stronger the more that I do it, but it's just starting from like zero, -0, -20 from like what I used to be at. It's just, yeah, it's not really easy. But then I guess nothing is with motherhood.
And so there were several life events that happened during this postpartum time that meant I had to stop working out. And I'm sure that's also going to happen for you too if you're on a postpartum journey. And that was okay. I had to like allow myself that, but it also made it very challenging to get back into the momentum. And I feel like this is with any workout routine, it's just like getting into the routine and the momentum. And I had to start all over again multiple times because another thing that happened was injury.
And now I've somehow hurt my back. I mean, somehow is not really the word. I'm pretty sure it was from deadlifts. Never really done deadlifts before. And I don't know if it's because I was doing the exercise improperly or if my body was just not ready for it. Like, it wasn't ready for the weights, or just my core wasn't stabilized, or even my other muscles weren't stabilized yet. I feel like I was like on such a roll and I was doing so good in my consistency with my exercises. And I'm just in like recovery mode now. I have to just like take a step back and not do anything to just like rest up and recover. And things hurt again, like picking up my son's hurt, like especially Oscar, picking him up off the floor, back and forth, up, down, on the floor, into the bassinet. It's just, and there he is.
Another little mental roadblock that I kind of had to overcome was being okay with it not being perfect. And what I mean by this is that like I just had to find the time that I would do my workouts in. And sometimes that would be the morning nap, and sometimes that would be the afternoon nap. And I didn't really know when I was going to do my workout. Baby goes down for a nap and it's time to go and do the workout. I also had to learn to be okay with being interrupted and having my workouts being interrupted and not feel like, well, my workouts, I couldn't get it in for the day. It's all ruined. I had to get over that sort of mindset and just be like, nope, it's okay. I'll go deal with the child, because it was usually a child that was interrupting me. And then I'll come back and I'll finish the rest of my workout either 5-10 minutes later, or I'll just come do it on my next nap. I also hit multiple plateaus where my weight loss just kind of stalled when I actually reached my pre-pregnancy weight. So that was about 135. Again, I wasn't at my pre-baby weight, which was 120. And so when I reached my pre-pregnancy weight, I felt really good. I was like, yes. But then I started having a bit more, treats here and there. Have a little bit of ice cream, have a little candies or some cake. Stopped working out as much. I just stayed there because I was like, this is good enough. I put in the effort. This is good enough. So then I had to go back to, hey, wait a minute. Is this good enough? Is this really good enough? Because when I looked in the mirror, I definitely didn't feel good enough. I definitely still didn't look like where I wanted to look. So I knew I wasn't really good enough. I was just being, I guess in my mind, lazy. Like that was easier to just be like, yep, we're good here. Now, a couple little tricks that helped me with my motivation. I would put on workout clothes in the morning. When I got dressed, I would dress into workout clothes. That made it one step easier for me to go do my workout. And then I like already committed in my head, well, I'm going to go do a workout. I put my workout clothes on. Like cute workout clothes make a difference. I want to look good in my clothes and I want to feel good. So I ended up going and buying more workout clothes, like some more sports bras, some more pants, subtle things that you do, but all of them kind of pile on top of each other. And that just helps push you over the edge to actually do the thing that you need to do. Another thing that also helped with motivation was just actually liking the workouts, is finding workouts you want to do and that you actually enjoy doing, so that becomes your like me time. I loved doing my workouts when I was freshly postpartum, like in that like 2-3 months postpartum period, because it was like a quiet time that I had all to myself. Like I didn't have a baby or kids, and I could do my thing in the gym, and I was just like alone and it was peaceful and it was really nice. And I think getting yourself into that kind of mindset where you're like, yes, this is something I'm looking forward to doing and I want to do. While I was losing weight, I found it very, very helpful to be weighing myself every day and then looking at the weekly average. Because if you're just looking at your daily weigh-ins, like some days it's going to feel like you're not losing weight because you're going to go up and then some days down and up and down. It's all over the place. But if you look at your weekly average, you can start to see, oh, okay, actually this is working. Another thing that really helped me in my motivation was having something to do or attend. So there were 2 different events. One was I had a wedding, a friend's wedding that I had to go to. So, had to be in a pretty dress. And when I went to the store to try on dresses, I looked very frumpy and I did not like how I looked in these dresses. They just, obviously none of my pre-pregnancy dresses fit me still. Another motivation was Taylor Swift. I got tickets to the Eras tour that I was doing in Vancouver, and I was like, I want to wear a cute dress. Again, a dress. I want to wear a cute dress and look good for Taylor Swift. Now, again, I still have a long ways to go. Like my diastasis recti is not healed. I still have a lot of work there. Like my abs are still very flabby. And right now, I'm just in the muscle building stage. If you are on your own postpartum weight loss fitness journey, honestly, I wish you the best of luck and just go easy on yourself. If you're at 11 months postpartum, like where I am now, and you're not where I am now, know that you could start right now. You could start working on your body right now today and get to where you want to go. We have the rest of our lives to diet and fitness and do all these things, but babies are only babies for like a short period of time. So if you want to see more of my struggles during motherhood, including C-sections and my weight gain for my second baby, I'm going to leave a full playlist right here. My newborn routine. There's a lot of stuff there. Go give it a watch. I cry a lot. It's a good time.